Hey y'all, coming to you from the international headquarters, ScottieDTV, but I was out of Steve Holcomb Pro Auto Custom Interiors just as they were finishing up this 1969 Chevy pickup truck I think you're all going to like. Let me get the camera turned around, we'll take a quick look at it.
Steve, Scotty, how are you, brother? I'm good. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. We got one that we don't do a lot of four-wheel drives out here.
No, not a lot of them, and this is a big one, a big four-wheel drive, long bed. It's a 1962 Chevy.
No, it's a 69.
I did say 62, didn't I? I meant 69.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I'm glad you're up on top of that.
Right. Yeah, I don't know much, but I know it's not.
There
62.
you go. You got that right.
No, you don't do a lot of four-wheel drives, but I like this one.
No, that one's pretty mean looking. It's all black and belongs to Andy. No, I'm sorry. Andy's the one that built it. Andy Higgins Hot Rods. They built the truck, and then Dixie Off Roads did all the suspension and everything on it. And then Tony and Belinda Goins own the truck, and they're from Asheville, Alabama.
Oh, okay.
So just out of Montgomery.
Right.
That's what they said.
It looks pretty stylish. I like that little wing they put on the.
Yeah, they done a lot of metal work on it. You know, just subtle stuff that you don't hardly see. But yeah, it looks really good. They did a good job on it. And then the owners are not too fond of blue, so they was afraid of what I was going to do with the interior. But it needed a little bit of blue to match the motor and the hoses and all that stuff. Right. So after we got it all done, and they came up yesterday, they looked at it, absolutely loved it. They said just enough blue to make it pop, but not overpower it. A lot of people, you know, they like something that will accent it, but not just full blown out two-tone, you know, blue and black interior.
Well, I was going to say, if they didn't like blue, that should have been corrected when they did the engine, because the engine's it's all blue.
There's no other way now. Right. But yeah, it's just enough blue, subtle blue, that everything flows good together. So they're really tickled with it now. And then we put the blue LED light accenting the doors, and I think they're going to go back and try to do the blue LED light on the instrument cluster to sort of blend everything in. And that's a late model instrument cluster that's in there. So I think I don't even know. I'm not a gauge man, but they may even be able to just change a bulb, or it may even have settings in it. You know, they can just change it out. Yeah. So we hand built all the seat. We put a factory. Well, actually, it was an aftermarket seat frame that they bought, and then we built it all up and contoured it to where, you know, it's got that bucket look, bucket seat look. And then they got up there and said, "It's like, man, this thing hugs you to the seat." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it fits you good."
And it looks like there's not a bunch, but you all have a console, and you did under the dash and all that too.
Yeah, we put the drop panel in to hold all the air conditioning vents, and then if you notice the big radio in the middle of the dash, we ordered that, put it in the dash for them, and hooked up. It's got a subwoofer underneath the seat, 6x9s behind the seat. It's got 5 1/4s up in the kick panels, and a 5-channel Bluetooth amp under the driver's seat. So it rocks you down the road. It sounds really good, clean, you know. So we do stereo. That's about the extent of any of the wiring we do. You know, if somebody wants to incorporate a stereo in with the car, we can do all that. We can either buy it and charge you for it, or you can Amazon shop, buy whatever you want, send it with the car, and we'll incorporate it. So, you know, we're flexible on all that. What you want?
Got an LS in it?
You know, I don't know what size motor that is, to be honest with you. Let's see. Yeah, I forgot. I think he said it was an old racing motor.
Yeah, I don't know. I just say LS anymore because that's everything. But thinking back on it, it may have a carburetor and all.
Yeah, I think it did.
Throttle body.
And I'm not really sure what motor was in that, but I know it's been built.
Right.
And Tony said that it will, with the 4-wheel drive, I mean, with all the tires on it and everything, it will smoke all 4 wheels and tires on it.
Right on.
So it's like.
Well, let's go see if it'll do that.
Yeah, it'd be my luck. Something will fall apart. Yeah.
You're willing to do it your own.
I can do it my own now. Yeah. I'll do donuts all day long with my own stuff.
Right on.
If you notice the door panels, you know, all the seat inserts, the door panel inserts, the headliner inserts, Garrett made every single one of those pleats, individual pleats, and then glued it down in there. It's not just sewn together. I mean, every single pleat is measured to fit the door. Like, you know, you don't have a half pleat or a full pleat. I hate that.
Right.
You got to have a full pleat from the beginning to the end. So you have to measure everything, what you're going to do, how many pleats you're going to put in there, how wide the headliner space is going to be, how wide the door panel and the inserts of the seats. So I mean, you can't just say I want to do this 13-inch insert. if it don't measure out to the seat, you got to build everything to fit that 2-inch pleat. So it's got everything's
every
got
pleat
to
in there
measure.
is the same size.
Yeah,
I got you.
And everything's got to measure out to where it'll start on a 2-inch and end on a 2-inch. So
Right.
there's a lot of stuff. Not just you can't just sew it up and throw it together and have something that looks good. I mean, there's a lot of work behind the
because
scenes.
you got to
of making
figure
all that
you got to figure the space in all that too.
Everything
in between the two, where you put the stitching to make the pleat.
And believe it or not, it takes there's about a week just making pleats in that thing. Just solid work. So I mean, it's not just throwing a piece of foam up, gluing a piece of leather, and sewing pleats on it. It's way more complex than what most people do.
Right on.
But it makes a world of difference. You get a good, defined, sharp, edged pleat that just looks flat, but it looks deep.
Right.
And people's like, how do you do that? Where it's so flat, but you got a deep pleat in there, and that's how we do it. It's
all in the details.
All in the details.
Yeah.
And they actually brought a door panels and a headliner for that truck, and I just kept it all in the box and, told them we couldn't use any of it.
Right.
And we made everything. I mean, that's
part of a custom interior.
It's an art to it. Yeah, it's not just throwing something on there and making it look good.
Most of these cars show up with a steering column in them.
Yeah.
Basically.
Right.
And that's not any kind of exaggeration or whatever, but that's a custom interior. You build the console, you build the headline, you build the seats, you build everything.
Yeah.
Dash, unless some of them you have to build a dash in them.
So on some cars we build dashes according to how far you want to go with it, but yeah, we'll fully custom build you a dash if that's what you want.
Right on. And it'll look cool when it's done.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Steve.
Thank you, Scotty, as always.
So there you go, from Steve Holcomb Pro Auto Custom Interiors, a very cool 1969 Chevrolet 4x4 pickup truck. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. See ya!
Hey y'all, make sure you subscribe to this channel and visit ScottieDTV.com for an easy way to search the hundreds of videos I have posted. Either click the link in the description or the one at the end of this video.